From Shaquille O'Neal starring in the likes of the Lego Movie to LeBron James stealing the show in Space Jam, it's really not uncommon for NBA superstars to test out the waters of acting at least once. And guess what? It's now Steph Curry's turn to take his talents to Hollywood. Yep, that's right. Seems like he's found something to keep him busy off court as well.
This is pregame music at all. It's more so knowing, that you're prepared and what you put into it to be successful out there, whatever the opportunity is.
All is set for Steph Curry to star in a comedy series titled Mr. Throwback, and we couldn't be more excited. From what I know, he's going to be working with the actor Adam Pally. That sounds exciting, but more on that later. For now, let's see what the show is going to be about. Before we get into that, I think it's only fair to talk about the awesome team that's involved in this process. First up, we've got the Happy Endings creator David Casp. He's going to be joined by the dynamic duo of the writing world, Matthew and Daniel Libman. With such big names on a project, you just know that it's going to be a success. But hey, it gets better. The show is being created by NBC, and you probably already know that they're famous for their comedy show, especially mockumentaries such as The Office and Parks and Recreation.
I'm Jim. We've been working together for 12 years. Weird joke, Dwight.
You're not Jim. Jim's not Asian.
You seriously never noticed?
Get this, Stephen Curry's show is also set to be a mockumentary, so I'm guessing that it's going to be pretty amazing. After all, they've got huge shoes to fill. Coming back to the story, the series is going to follow the story of a down-on-his-luck memorabilia dealer. The poor guy will be looking for redemption, and the only way to do that is by reuniting with his 6th grade teammate, who just happens to be the legend Stephen Curry. Now that sounds like a good setup, doesn't it? Well, we wouldn't expect anything less from NBC. Let's hope that they're able to execute this well.
People and whatnot, then you just know that there's so many different ways that their highlights are shown and how they can create names for themselves and all that.
The project has been a long time coming. It's going to be supervised by Universal Television. Some of you might be aware that this is a division of the Universal Studio Group. They've been behind some pretty great projects, so I'm not that worried about quality here. The studio is collaborating with Curry's Unanimous Media. And here's something interesting for you. This is the first project Unanimous Media and Curry's partnership have come up with after they managed a global talent partnership with NBC Universal in 2021. All this is just making me more and more excited about the show. And I'm sure this is true for all of you NBA fans out there as well.
The documentary called Emmanuel that I was proud to executive produce. We'll have a little quick talk afterwards, but I hope you enjoy the experience. And again, this is about connecting.
Of course, this means that there's a lot of responsibility riding on the shoulders of the showrunners. After all, they can just disappoint millions of fans. So to make sure that they're putting their best foot forward and handing the reins of the project in the experienced hands of Cass, he's obviously not going to be alone on this journey. After all, the Libmans are going to be there, as well as writers and executive producers. The series was created by them, along with Adam Pally, who is more than happy to also play the role of an executive producer with Stephen Curry. Pally's career is doing pretty well at the moment. Recently, he starred in 101 Places to Party Before You Die, which is a must-watch.
Let's do a little cheers, a little rooftop mortuary cheers.
To death.
To death. Till death do us part.
It's so nice to know when you die.
Oh my God.
He also appeared in Netflix's series Fubar, alongside the legendary Arnold Schwarzenegger, and now he's got a series of his own. I guess this year's been pretty good for his career. As for Curry, it's not like he's a noob in front of the camera. That's right, Steph might be famous for being one of the greatest shooters in the history of the league, but that doesn't mean he hasn't had his fair share of experience with the cameras. After all, with great fame comes a lot of people being interested in what you do all day long. So of course, he's had a documentary made after him. That's not all. The champ has also been featured in other projects, with some cameos here and there.
I'm a avid taste tester. That's like my job. So
Yeah, you're very good.
I got the easy job.
You're
Thank
good
God
at that.
I run for a living, but
Yeah, thank goodness.
His recent release, Underrated, just shows that the star is a natural in front of the camera. Curry's venture, Unanimous Media, is also not looking to simply play around. They mean business. They are not only behind his 2018 documentary, Underrated, but also the ABC game shows, Holy Moly. The team believes that they've got a hit on their hands with this series. And well, everyone wants them to be correct. It's not the first time that Cass will be working with Pally. After all, his best-known work to this day is considered ABC's Happy Endings. As you might know, starred none other than Pally. Casp is also known for his work on Showtime's Black Monday and NBC's production of Kenan and Marry Me.
Pepe, is that Stephen? What on earth did you do?
Ransom.
Now we get all the monies. Look, I made a special...
That's not all. His resume is pretty diverse. The man has also co-created a YouTube series called Champagne LLC, and more recently, he served as the executive producer of Netflix's Blockbuster. One good thing about the crew is that the team is well-versed in the ways of each other. That's right, just like Pally and Casp have worked together before, the Libman brothers also worked with him on Happy Endings, and even before that on different projects such as Black Monday, Kenan and Champagne, ILL, and The Mick and Solar Opposites. Of course, everyone is excited to see how this is going to turn out, especially Stephen Curry himself.
Thank y'all for being here again. This is a very exciting time to come back for me, to come back to Charlotte, where
I bet a lot of you are thinking that he's not really used to a series sort of environment. Starring in his own documentary is much different than this. And well, you're absolutely right. And get this, Curry is also thinking the same thing. According to him, it's definitely not going to be easy, but they'll just have to work it out. Curry remarked that he was making a transition from being behind the camera to being center stage with the great actor Adam Pally. And while this might be a bit nerve-wracking, he still can't wait to show everyone what they have in store. Well, I can assure you that everyone just can't wait.
it means a lot. That's what it's all about, being able to share these experiences with your family. My wife has been supporting me through and through my entire career. I wouldn't be on this stage without her.
The team behind Unanimous Media, apart from Curry, is also excited to see how this works out. While no proper details have been revealed, Mr. Throwback has created uncanny hype for itself, and the CEO of Unanimous Media thinks that they'll be able to deliver. CEO Eric Payton said, "We're thrilled to continue our work with NBC and UTV to develop a project as fun and entertaining as Mr. Throwback. Now let's just hope that the show is as good as everyone is making it seem." When the announcements regarding the series were made, everyone was very excited, wondering how it was going to turn out. But it was a bit different for Adam Pally. He just couldn't help but fangirl over Stephen Curry and David Casp.
So I enjoy it. It is like sometimes jarring to me. As someone who also grew up in New York City. It was a very different New York City, but like...
That's right. The actor took to Twitter and posted an article that announced this new series. But this isn't what grabbed everyone's attention. Nope, that job was done by his caption that said, "I've been telling you for years that me, Casp, and Stephen Curry are best friends forever, and now look what happened." Well, this just makes everything 10 times better, don't you think? Seeing such a wholesome and talented cast and crew work on this project is going to be amazing, and I just can't wait for the final product. Let's just hope that Curry turns out to be just as amazing and delivering his lines as the way he is delivering his shots. Apart from that, it's gonna be awesome. With that being said, it's a wrap on Steph Curry's crazy new venture.